Week 9.
Team partners, we go against KB this week.
What's good, Lamb Nation? As you know, last week we beat Team Osama bin Laden.
Great job going out there, getting that win, showing an example, making an example out of a fraudulent contributor to this league.
Ready to battle. We ready to fight. Game of the season. Game of our lives. Welcome back to another week of the Waiver Wire in the Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub. Big week of waiver wires in the Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub. Let's obviously get through it. Kyle Manungai is a person that would not be on waivers, but Tyrone Tracy was on waivers this week, and the highest bid of the season from Team Pirates, basically saying he thinks this move stamps his team, going out there and getting Tyrone Tracy for $45 on the waiver wire. We see some other moves like Jameer Dyke go to Team Pirates also for $7. Aisha Tuden goes to Prince Gruber for $2. We see Tua get added for $0 to Team Terry. Some other moves like some defenses added it from the Silence of the Lambs and Team Omarito. We see Cam Little get re-added after his abysmal 2 performances we have seen him have over these last few times we have seen on the football field. Goes out there and gets added by Team Pirates. Team 2 Force Lions, this goes out there, gets Malik Washington for $0. Tyler Loop gets added. But the big waiver wire additions started coming in later on. We saw Samaji Piran go and get added for $10 from Osama on Thursday. We saw Isaiah Davis go out there and get added from Team Gallardo. We saw AJ Barner go for $22 to Dingo District. The second highest bid was not even was $0, by the way. I don't know why he spent all that money, but $22 AJ Barner. And then the biggest move of the week. Well, first of all, we'll get past Parker Washington, went to 2-4 Lions this. And with the late ruling of Ramondre Stevenson not going to be able to play this week with an injury, Travion Henderson gets added from Silence of the Lambs for $32 on the waiver wire. $32. Travion Henderson is a lamb. And yes, that is the Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub. Week number 9, waiver wires. A lot of things happen. Some big time moves. Some big time names on the waiver wire like Tyrone Tracy and Travion Henderson. And big time week on the waiver wires in the Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub.
Team partners, we made a big move on waivers this week. We bid for Tyrone Tracy Jr. I was going to try to get him in a big brain move on Tuesday morning by doing a waiver bid on Monday night, but waivers don't go through till Wednesday, which I thought was the case, but I still wanted to try to get him so I could get him for cheaper, but we didn't. But Tyrone Tracy, welcome to the team.
We added Malik Washington this week in waivers. Nothing crazy. Give it up to Sam. Great move. 45 fab to get Tyrone Tracy. That might be the move of the season if he goes out there and wins the chip. Adds more depth to his team. I can't be mad at it. I would have done the same thing, but obviously everybody watching this knows we're broke. We're broke. But yeah, good move by Sam going to get out there and getting Tyrone Tracy. Can't blame him. That's a move I would have done. I think anybody else would have done in the league if they felt like they had the security. Sam went out there and done it. But he's broke now, so we'll see what he does for the rest of the season. The road to the playoffs begins now. Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub, week number 9. And man, oh man, Rivalry week last week, as y'all know, was hilarious. Go watch that video if you missed it. Rivalry week where we had the interviews, we had the hyping up the week, and we had the whole Rivalry week as itself. So let's put the standings on the right side of the screen. A lot has changed. Team Hoggle is still first place in the league, and Team Pirates is still second place. But End Zone Dogs is now tied with them. Obviously, y'all know End Zone Dogs got the heavily upset over Team Hoggle, and now this week They have a big time matchup where by the end of this week they could be first place. We see Osama and Drew's Scary Team right there, tied for fourth right there, right under Dingo District and 2-4's Lions. That's tied for that sixth spot for that last spot in the playoffs. If it would end today, Dingo District would get that spot due to slightly more points for than Team 2-4's Lions. Does. We see some Team Terry and Signs of the Lambs and Team Gallardo at a tie for eighth place, and then we see Oumar at the bottom at 2-6, where he's right now. If the season ended today, he would be doing the dare in the Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub, and then also obviously Prince Gruber at 1-7 got his first win last week over Team Gallardo. Let's get to the matchups. First matchup of the week in Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub. One of the matches of the week. This is not the game of the week. This ain't the game of the week because there's another matchup that y'all are gonna like. But one of the best matchups of the week of the season about to happen. Right here, 2-4's Lions, there's in Dingo District. As y'all know, we just said it. Both of them tied for that sixth place spot. That last spot in the playoffs. Both teams need this win desperately. Desperately. And right here, right now, we see Team 2-4's Lions Dance, where he has his guys fully healthy. It looks like Brian Thomas Jr. is going to play this week. We see Dingo District has his guys fully healthy. Obviously, y'all know Dingo District gets Puka Nakua back this week. We'll see how big of a addition that will be to the team. Big time week. I think we could put this spread right here. Dingo District, obviously a favorite. I think we put him at -115, and we put the spread. I think we could put it Dingo District at a solid spread of -2.5 for Dingo District. 2-4's Lions. This is a week that's going to really test his GM skills, and this is a week to know, is Dingo District a real contender or is he just a fake?
What up, Dingo Nation? GM over here. Just want to talk about this week. Great job going out there, getting that win, showing an example, making an example out of a fraudulent contributor to this league. But good job making an example, showing the league what we could do when we're fully healthy. This week we got Okra 2-4, Emmanuel Okra James 2-4. They say he's the greatest manager in our league, and it's this week is gonna test that. It's gonna test that for him, and it's also gonna test that for me, because people have been saying that I'm ass. If I'm be able to pull off this win, they can't say I'm ass no more. So let's go out there, let's fight hard. He's an amazing manager. He has a great team. It's gonna be a hard battle. The Ravens played last night. It wasn't the outcome I was expecting. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't necessarily good. So I need the rest of y'all to come out, play for me, fight play with your heart, play with some grit, and let's get that dub, all right? Let's go. Then go out.
It's that time. Road to the playoffs begins right here, right now. Starts this week. A battle between 2 4-4 teams. Two teams who are coming off of big wins in Rivalry. Me versus Rainier. And can I say I'm a little nervous? I'm a little nervous. He got Puka coming back this week. I wish we would got him whenever he didn't have Puka. Scatterbow's out for him, so that sucks. But he got Puka coming back. Lamar's coming back, so that helps Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers. So the odds aren't in our favor, but I trust our guys, bro. We got some trades brewing. There has been a lot of talk about some trades throughout the whole league. I've heard, not even just me. So there's a trade some brewing. These lineups could start looking a little bit different before kickoff. But yeah, it's that time, man. It's going to be a tough matchup. We've been prepping all week for this, practicing, hurrying up, getting to practice earlier. Even though it's colder outside, we're getting to practice earlier. And everybody in our arena or in our facilities knows what this week is about. It's about getting to 5-4, and it's about winning this one against Rainier. So good luck to Rainier, but we're coming to play. Next matchup. Prince Gruber versus Omarito. The battle between the bottom two teams in the standings. Obviously, this is a lot whenever it comes to toilet bowl contention and all of that type of stuff. And a big-time game to both of these teams that are trying to revive their season. Omarito, obviously, an 11th place in the standings. And Prince Gruber, obviously, a 12th place in the standings, coming off of a big-time win last week against Team Gallardo, getting his first win of the season. This is a Team Omarito team. It looks like Jaden Daniels is going to be playing. Obviously, he doesn't have AJ Brown due to the bye week, but he has mostly a healthy roster. We'll see how his team looks. Ashton Jetty's back from the bye. Travis Etienne is back. And we'll see how this team looks. I think Omarito, we could put him as a slight favorite. I think we give Omarito. I think he's obviously the better team. I think we give him a minus 250 on the minus 250 on the spread. And then we give him a solid earnings of minus 8.5 over Prince Gruber. Next matchup, Silence of the Lambs versus Team Gallardo. Both of these teams, obviously, we just said both of these teams were 3-5, though. They were one of the teams tied for 3-5. Obviously, those three teams were Team Silence of the Lambs, Team Gallardo, and Team Terry. This is a big time matchup for them. Silence of the Lambs going out there right here, right now, trying to assert himself as and gain some momentum. Obviously, with the injuries he's had throughout the season, with CD Lamb, with his running back core, with Bucky Irving, where he's not been the strongest. This is a big time week for Silence of the Lambs and Team Gallardo. Both teams that are trying to make a push for that playoff spot, not putting themselves in the losers bracket when the season comes to an end, and obviously putting themselves in that contention where they might do the dare. Silence of the Lambs, I think we put them at a solid favorite at minus 225, and I think we could put them at a spread of minus 6.5 over Team Gallardo. Big time matchup for both of these teams. I think because the Emeka Buka being out bye week is going to hurt him, but he does have CeeDee Lamb. He has Roma Dunze. We'll see how big of an impact that makes. Team Gallardo versus Team Size of the Lambs.
What's good, Lamb Nation? As you know, last week we beat Team Osama bin Laden, and going into this week, we're playing against Team Gallardo. It'll be one of my favorite teams I'll be going against, a friend and a rival. And as you know, we got, what's it called? Emeka. Yeah, Emeka is going to be bye this week. And Bam Knight is officially going to be our starting running back for our team. Yes, we finally got our starting running back. Hopefully he pops off. We have also picked up Travion Henderson's on the waiver orders, and he will be starting for our team this week. So yeah, we got CD, Wandell, and Rome. Yes, and we are still looking for our starting tight end to play for our team. So we got to get this dub because this is a must-win game.
Team Terry versus Team Hoggle. This might be a massacre, ladies and gentlemen. This might be this right here might be a massacre. Obviously, Team Hoggle coming off of his second loss of the season last week to a surpriser against End Zone Dogs and the End Zone Dogs team where he really shocked a lot of people and asserted himself last week. This is a big time matchup right here between Team Hoggle and Team Terry. Can Team Terry, the reigning defending champion, up against the guy right now who's favorite to be the champion this season? Can Team Terry show some GM skills and rally it? It's not going to help that he has Brees Hall on a bye week. It's not going to help that he has Baker Mayfield on a bye week. But can he rally his guys? Nico Collins comes back. Amon Ross St. Brown comes back from the bye. Can he rally his guys and get this win? I don't think he does. I think we put Team Hoggle at a heavily favorite. I think I'm making this spread huge, ladies and gentlemen. Minus 25.5 and a minus 670 favorite to win this matchup. I don't think this is going to be any tough for Team Terry one bit. The matchup of the week, guys. This is the matchup I said y'all gonna be wanting to wait for. Probably a matchup for the battle of first place, depending on how many points get scored. End Zone Dogs, Team Pirates, the battle between the only the two of the three 6-2 teams of the league. If End Zone Dogs comes out here and does this, where everybody, he was right now, if y'all watch the off-season videos, people were bashing this man. They were saying his draft was terrible. They were saying he was going to be one of the bottom teams in the league. Coming out here and surprising people, and over his last 2 weeks, gets the win over Team Two vs Lions Des by 4 points on Monday Night Football with the CJ Stroud game-winning touchdown. That won him the matchup, not game-winning in real life, but won him the matchup. And then goes out there and beats Team Hoggle the next week. He's on a 4-game losing winning streak. He started the season 2-0, got 2 losses. People are like, "Yup, the fraud is showing." Has gotten 4 straight, and if he can go out there and beat those so-called best GM in the league, go out there and beat the favorite to win the champion, and then beat Team Pirates, who's probably one of the most dangerous teams in the league, in back-to-back-to-back weeks, that is a resume that's going to be hard to overlook. End Zone Dogs got Lamar back this week. That's going to make a huge difference for end zone dogs. Apparently, DeAndre Swift has some injury concerns and stuff like that. That's going to be huge if he loses him, but gets Lamar back this week. We'll see what big time of an impact that makes on him. And then Team Pirates, man, it's going to be a tough one for him. Obviously, coming off the loss last week with Dingo this year, where he doesn't have Jackson Smith and Jigbo and Jahmyr Gibbs, can he rally his guys off of a loss like that last week, where he basically his organization basically got memed, Can he go out there and rally that up and go back into here this week and go out there and get a win? I think Team Pirates, I know we're doing this for the fourth straight week, and for the third straight week, and you're like, Emmanuel, you got to stop doing this. Stop. I got to do it. Team Pirates is a favorite again. I know it's 3 straight weeks of end zone dogs not being a favorite, but man, he just got to prove it to me. This is a tough matchup. I think Team Pirates, we put him at a solid spread given the respect of the Lamar Jackson coming back. I think we put Team Pirates at a solid minus 225, and then we put the spread at a minus 7.5 for Team Pirates. But end zone dogs, he has a chance to prove a lot of people wrong.
Team Pirate Nation, we go against KB this week. Of course, we have 2 people in our starting lineup that weren't there last week. Bowser's back. Finally. After forever. He's back. And then we got Tyrone Tracy Jr. in our flex. So, I'm feeling pretty decent. We'll see what happens, though. Fantasy football is unpredictable. You never really know. But we need this win. I think we have a good chance of maybe getting it. So, Team Pirates.
And then the next matchup, Osama versus Jude Scary team. These are the battle of the 2 5-3 teams in the league, battling for a playoff spot. Every matchup counts in this point. Obviously, Osama comes off of the devastating loss last week against Size of the Lambs, where his team basically got memed. We'll see what he does with Bijan Robinson. This week, obviously Isaiah Pacheco is looking like he's not going to play this week, so we'll see what he does there. And then Judkins with the bye. Jude Scary team, obviously this is a big time matchup for him as well. Doesn't have Saquon Barkley this week, so that's going to hurt him a lot. But Javonte Williams, can he step up and make a difference? Can Ramondre step up and make a difference? So this is a big time matchup. Osama versus Jude Scary team battle for the playoff spot. Basically, these are the 2 teams that are tied for the 4th place spot in the league.
Week 9. I'm ready, Last week was not a good week at all. I was just so unlucky. But it's okay, I'm a good person. I love giving away to charity. But this is a new week. I have a lot of players on bye, players on injury, but it's okay. Hopefully we still have a chance to win. I mean, I have a QB I've been stashing away for like 7 weeks. Jordan Love, he gets his first start of the game, first start of the league. And then I have this random guy I picked up off waiver wires. I really wanted to pick up Trayvon Henderson, but I debated it last second, and now Ramondre Stevenson is out. But it's okay. I focus on the future. This week, if I lose, it's fine. I got to worry about playoffs. I got to worry about trades. I'm in talk with a lot of teams.
We got a lot of matchups this week, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of matchups. Like I said, the road to the playoffs begins right here, right now. We'll see what happens in the Ultimate Fantasy Football Hub, week number 9. Stay tuned because it's going to be crazy.
Bro, I'm liking what I'm seeing from A-Champ. His team is so trash. I mean, the Dolphins might have I don't think they'll have the first overall pick, but they'll have a top 5 pick. So, man, they're just so bad. I mean, we need a few touchdowns, though, from A-Champ in the goal line. So, we'll see what happens. I ain't ruling out, though. I ain't ruling it out, but we'll see. See you guys. How is Lamar Jackson so good? He's garnered 32 fantasy points, and he just got back from injury. If I use this week, because of Lamar Jackson, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, Lamar's him, but I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Our guys are ready. We just got off that team bus, landed in Dingo District, ready to battle. We ready to fight. Game of the season. Game of our lives. We play Team Hoggo next week. Now, obviously, I'm going to always have my guys compete, but some people are going to be like, that might be an L. So we gotta come out here and act like our lives are on the line this week. Zay Flowers and Derrick Henry gave us pedestrian performances. We will take that. Now it is time to do what we must do and go out there and show why it's our time to shine. Road to the playoffs begins now. Road to the playoffs begins now. And we got our guys ready. I need Jay Herbo. I need Kamani. I need Addison. I need BTJ. I need every single hand on deck. And we got a mission at hand. And it's go out there and win no matter what. Sit down and watch greatness.